Okay, so I just picked up this habanero plant, which I'm going to put in my garden and hopefully grow a lot of habaneros for next year's crop so I can make some habanero hot sauce. But as many of you already know, I recently went to a spicy festival where I picked up some Carolina Reapers. So today I'm going to make some hot sauce with those. Okay, so first off, you may notice there is a piñata right here. JD and I just made that yesterday for the Cinco de Mayo party, which is going to be on Sunday, which is kind of why I want to make this sauce before then. So first what you got to do is take your Carolina Reapers. Now I removed, well, most of the seeds out of them. I cut them in half and took the seeds out. I want to save those seeds. You can use rubber gloves or whatever. I just got these chopsticks here. So I'm just going to chuck about half of them in there. And then the recipe calls for some vinegar. There's about 1/3 cup of vinegar. And this will just help keep it preserved. And it also calls for some garlic. I got this stuff in a jar. It's just easier to work with. I think it's already chopped up, so that's why I got it. If you have fresh garlic, go for it. I guess you can put as much as you want really, but I'm going to put in a couple of heaping teaspoons. Maybe a little bit of salt would be good. So I actually have two different kinds of peaches, yellow peaches and white peaches, but you know, whatever. So just pour the whole thing in. All we got to do now is blend this up. Okay, so just blend it for a minute or two until it is as smooth as possible, and then pour it into a saucepan. And if you're really brave, give it a taste. Perfect! Whoa, that is potent. Next I'm going to make the mango. So just repeat all the same steps. I'm not too worried about cross-contamination. Next, you just want to reduce it a little bit. I decided to keep them in 2 separate batches. Also, I'm gonna add some sugar. I know the peach one is already kind of sweet, so just sort of judge by ear how much you want to add. I usually put a couple tablespoons in. It'll help sweeten it up. Of course, you don't have to put any in if you don't want to. And I also think it kind of helps thicken it up as well. So when someone tries your sauce, they're like, oh, this is nice and sweet. Then suddenly, boom. Okay, so somebody took a bite out of my spoon. But you definitely want to just simmer them on the lowest possible heat. You don't want to burn this, of course. I'm not worried about using 2 separate spoons. Okay, as you can see, after 10 or 15 minutes simmering, the peach one is still a little bit thin. I mean, we did add all the liquid when we put it in, but we're sort of boiling off some of that now. The mango, which started a bit thicker, is still kind of thick. So what we're going to do is I'm going to simmer just a little bit longer, then I'm going to switch them off and let them cool down. And when they totally cool down, I'll put them in some bottles, and I expect them to kind of thicken up a little bit more as they cool down.
Later.
Okay guys, so I got 2 bottles, repurposed sriracha bottles, and I left the sauces to cool overnight. You can see the mango is a little thicker. I think I'll have a little bit left over of each, so I could make a blended sauce. There we go, mango Carolina Reaper and peach Carolina Reaper. They really look very similar in color, but all that's left is to give them a test. Unfortunately, I don't have any tortilla chips, but I do have these Pringles. These are called grilled cheeseburger Pringles, so I guess it's a bit of a shameless plug. These were actually part of my Patreon rewards last month. Yeah, So here we go. I don't know how much to use, if that's going to be way too much or not. But this is the Mango Carolina Reaper. Okay, it's a really kind of gradual kind of burn. It's finally kicking in now, but yeah, that has some decent heat to it, that's for sure. I expect this one to be the same. Whew! I wish I had a drink here. This grilled cheeseburger flavor is really too strong. Let me use a bit more of this. Okay, so the peach is a little bit sweeter than the mango, but they have very kind of similar kind of burns to them. At first you bite it and you think, oh yeah, that's fine. Whoa, wait a sec. It kicks in after a little while. So overall, I would say good success. If I hadn't used, I mean, I could have just used 1 can of fruits, and the concentration ratio to the peppers would have been higher. But I think using 2 cans and what, about 4 peppers, I think 3 or 4 peppers per batch was a nice ratio. Now I also have some left over, so I may mix them together. I'm not sure yet, but overall a success. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you guys in the next video.